start to finish for the first time all year. I thought everybody played to the scouting report. I thought we made several scouting report plays that were critical possessions. Jay with the last one on the steal off the ball screen, fade screen. Thought our guys played with great energy. Thought we had really good purpose. Thought we played for one another. 22 assists on 30 baskets. Thought the game was going to come down to rebounding because that's how rugged and physical any Coach Huggins team was, and I thought that we responded in a positive way.
You've talked all season about how fast Jay's made the transition from junior college to this level now. Is this becoming his team?
Well, I said about 7 weeks ago, nobody ever listens to me unless we win, I understand. But I said about 7 weeks ago he would end up being the heart and soul of our team because he's such an instinctive player and because his heart is that of a champion. And he was raised the right way, and he has learned to compete the right way, and he has a spirit about him that's contagious. And I think it's very hard, particularly when you're not with our team in the summer. Jay has never been here when I wasn't coaching, and that is a shock that I think is very hard to overcome. Because in the summer, those guys are with Todd, those guys are with Ernest. So all the returning guys are letting all the new guys know this is kind of the lay of the land. Obviously he wasn't here, so not only was he behind physically, but he was behind emotionally and how he was about to be charged. And I knew he was special when I recruited him. But you never know how good or how bad a kid is until they get in the fire. Man, when he gets in the fire, he's better.
You and I talked about this recently about a former player of yours. He played 39 minutes. Is he becoming the guy that's hard to get off the floor?
I just said that on the radio. I think having Chris help us changes our team. Yeah. It allows Jimmy to play more of his natural position. It allows us to have more versatility from a perimeter standpoint. And you would hope that as Joe continues to get stronger and get more in a groove with what he's missed, maybe that there is a distinct rotation. But when a guy's playing like he's playing like that, in a game like that, you can't. I told him I tried to get you a drink, and I guess I did at some point. But
1 minute somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. And that was in the first half, wasn't it?
Yep. What was the most impressive thing from his box score to you? I mean, he pretty much filled up every category.
Yeah. I think that's why he's so hard to get off the floor, because of his versatility and because of his knowledge of what we're trying to do. He plays to the scouting report. He guards multiple position guys. He's incredibly important to every possession on both ends.
Considering the relative youth and experience on the team as a whole, how important is it to be able to pull one of these close games out finally? Well,
we've lost 4 games by a total of 14 points. 1 at home, 1 on the road, 2 neutral site games. I think it's big. The whole thing, though, is in our next game, it's going to be another 1 or 2 possession game. And I think that's how you have to coach. That's how you have to practice. That's how you have to prepare. I just think that's the nature of doing it at the highest level on a daily basis. And to be able to get one, I think it's great. But would we have got this one if we wouldn't have learned from what had transpired prior to? I don't know. I think it's just part of the growth, as you mentioned in your question. We're thankful, of course. But did we earn the right to beat the #1 team in the country on a neutral site game? No. You know what I mean? Did we earn the right to beat Gonzaga, who beat Oklahoma State by 25 last night? No. Scoreboard says no. So you either did or you didn't business. That's what it is.
So what was the biggest difference then at the end of this game?
Well, I just think I don't think it's the end. And again, I never think it's the end. I think it's every possession. And I think it's every possession of every day, whether you guys are watching the game or not. It's how you prepare. And I thought that our toughness was evident from the start to the finish. And I thought there were some lapses at times, but not lapses in our toughness.
How big was it to open the Big East season with a win? Did you put any extra important on this?
Well, I mean, I don't know that it's an 18-mile run, and we finished one, you know, and we're thankful that we won the first one, and we're glad that the day is noon and we can go home and go to bed, and then we'll wake up again in the morning and begin to prepare for a very well-coached Rutgers team who may play as hard as anybody in our league.
I know you guys practice earlier than this, so 10 a.m. is not really a huge thing, but is it any different when it's a game to get them prepared or anything?
No, I think that all goes back to what we do throughout the year. You know, we shot our first ball at about 5:19 this morning, and that's about when we should have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As I told our team last night when we were watching tape, the team that wakes up the best will play the best. Doesn't mean you'll win, but the team that wakes up the best will play the best. And at 5:30 when we started, our guys were engaged just like it was a 1 o'clock shoot around instead of a 5:30 shoot around.
How many games do you think you could win going forward with Jimmy shooting 4 times in 35 minutes?
I thought he was the reason why we won, to be honest with you. And I told that to our team. I know that Scott brought back guys other than Jimmy, but Jimmy had 6 assists, 1 turnover, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 7 rebounds, the game-winning rebound above the square on their end in traffic, and he made the game-clinching free throw. I thought he was the reason why we won the game. I don't tell our guys how many times they can shoot or not shoot. Take the first best shot, and I thought he was a great teammate, and that's what I told our team.